The Lord be with you and bless you, Heartdwellers. Today in our get-together and prayer, one of the sisters had a very beautiful experience tending to the Lord's wounds in the Spirit. Very profoundly beautiful experience. And she'll be sharing that. That'll come up. And this message is coming right after it, so you'll understand the sequence. Another sister had some beautiful experiences, an open heaven kind of experience where she saw beautiful things and was with the Lord during prayer. And she shared that with us. And the Lord said, I'm glad you mentioned that truth about spiritual favors. It's not so much that you receive them as it is how you use them. My children, I give you these signs of my great affection for you to strengthen, My children, I give you these signs of my great affection for you to strengthen you in this journey, which can be a sheer hell for some. For instance, those living in the Ukraine who have experienced their worst nightmare, but still in real life. They are so broken, many no longer care to live. Oh, Jesus, please visit them with your consolations and give them hope. He continued, to be honest with you, beloved, death would be welcomed by many of them, even with my consoling love. There comes a time in a person's life where living has nothing to offer but pain and sorrow. These people are terribly downtrodden, like life no longer holds anything good for them. Yet there are those who are survivors and are reaching out to me as never before in their lives. The words, blessed are the wombs that never bore, best describes their state of mind. You have never experienced the depression they are going through, but Americans will, for soon parts of this country will resemble the Ukraine. Please, Lord, speak your heart to us. He continued, I want all of you, my brides, to spend time with me in the garden. I long to be comforted by you. What I must endure every day is so very heavy and dark. I long for the tenderness of my bride and her fragrant offerings of love. This is where I need you the most right now. I know your heart for the world and I honor your prayers, but I also need comforting. So please find time to dwell in your garden with me. And for those of you who are married, you may do this together or support one another at different times. Though I am God, it still hurts me deeply to see my creatures and creation suffer in this way. I see, feel, and understand so much more than you do, and it is most painful to me. When you come into the garden of your heart, that is my opportunity to rest and get my mind off of what I just came from. And you don't know the half of it. If you were to experience what I experience, you would cease to live. So ugly and painful is it. Sing to me, make music to me, read the Psalms and remind me of what is beautiful in this world and in your lives. These little gestures of love that you lavish on me are not wasted. They do me a world of good. When the night is darkest with no light, no clouds, nothing but solid black, even the littlest light bathes the room in hope. What this little one did for me, I cannot even begin to translate into words. Suffice it to say, she made heaven weep with joy because she has loved the Son of Man in his most distressing disguise, covered with blood and ignominy, deep personal humiliation and disgrace. The question I must ask my bride is, will you love me in this distressing disguise, bloody, disfigured, broken, humiliated? Will you still love me, my bride? Or do you love me because I am a king and Lord of Lords? You see, I appear this way to my chosen vessels to see if they will still love me as they did when I appeared triumphant. Many turn away from the sight, which weakens and hurts me even more deeply, although I understand the human repugnance for blood and suffering. One reason I allowed this to happen to my person is so that others who must suffer degradation, as I did, the sick, the mangled, after an accident, the tortured and tormented, the rejected and abandoned, is so that they would realize that I too went through these very same humiliations. Yet that did not take anything from my dignity. Rather, it demonstrated my deep love for you. There will be times in your lives when you question my goodness and allowing such things to happen to my bride. Know that the bride must resemble the groom, and it is not a mark of disgrace, but of honor before all of heaven. And never mind what man thinks. Keep all of your attention on me and what I think, and know that it brings great glory to me in heaven when you bear these things with dignity, focusing on what I had to suffer.